G'day, here's an update video on my 1979 Yamaha Rx125. It is looking good. My exhaust elbow has arrived, so I was able to put the exhaust on. This is an aftermarket exhaust. It's slightly different to the original. It was quite cheap. It's come from India. It doesn't fit perfectly. I had to cut a little mounting bolt off the side of the exhaust. But the plan is I'm going to run an expansion chamber, or build an expansion chamber for this. Probably build an upswept expansion chamber with an integrated silencer. And usually with expansion chambers, I put the stinger or the skinny part of the pipe inside the belly, and that it cuts down a lot of the noise and also improves the mid-range torque a bit. So I filled it up with oil and everything. Bled the pump. I was a little bit worried. I thought this is the first time I've had a Yamaha without a bleed wheel, and I was turning the engine over and I thought the pump wasn't stroking. But then I looked in the manual and it said, obviously prime this line, bleed the air out of the pump, start the engine with 50-to-1 oil mix in the tank, which is recommended for break-in of a new piston and rings or after a hone, etc. So I've put some 50-to-1 in there, in the tank. Anyway, started it up and fantastic. Started third kick, and just idles beautifully. So it's going to be really good. I let it cool down and I've just kicked it over again with a choke and it starts first kick. Really, really happy with this, and I'll do a video. It's 10 p.m. here in Australia, so I'll do another video starting it up and running it from cold, just so everyone can see. Yeah, chrome quality is pretty poor on this, but it was incredibly cheap. This whole exhaust kit, chromed and delivered, was about $160, so really can't complain. Certainly much better than what I had on there. Yeah, so all I did was, just to go back to the oil pump, sorry, I got a bit distracted by shiny things. The pump, I started the engine and then I just pulled the cable to increase the pump stroke, and it's pumped it up into the intake there, so that's good. So I took the original carb spacer out of here because it looked like it was an asbestos. It's a black sort of Bakelite, but I think it's reinforced with asbestos. I ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner and it started showing all these fibers, and so I've really tried to remove all traces of asbestos. I know Yamaha and Japan were using chrysotile asbestos well into the 80s, or even 90s from what I understand. So all new non-asbestos gaskets. I've picked non-asbestos brake shoes and brake pads for the front. I mean, a lot of people think it's just part and parcel of old bikes, but where possible, good to get rid of. So I've got the oil tank filled up. You can see the gauge is working. That's fantastic. I had a little panic about the oil light. It wouldn't turn off when it was running. Then I realized it's a safety feature. So as long as it's in neutral, it will show the oil light as well. Just so you know that the warning light is working along with the neutral light, which is just nice. That's a good idea. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're up to. This is what I'm going to run as my injection oil. A lot of good reviews. I'm going to run this from break-in for the new piston and rings, and yeah, it doesn't smoke too much, doesn't smell too bad. It's pretty late here, but I am a little bit tempted to just kick it over quickly. Let's do it. choke on. Songs and everything, hey? That's nice. I've got to say, I've got a 1969 Yamaha L5T electric start, and that thing starts beautifully from cold. Yamaha just built good motorcycles. Even way back in the 60s and 70s, they built really good stuff. So yeah, I'll do another video with it out in the open in the daylight and we can have a proper look at it. I've still got to do a bit of painting. I'm going to paint the center stand and this oil pump side cover, and yeah, go over the whole bike, tighten all the fasteners, check everything, put some more split pins in put a split pin in the rear axle nut. It's a castellated nut, or a lot of people call it castle nut. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy.